All right, welcome to the Eric J. the Great podcast show. I'm gonna start off with my podcast trailer song. I got a, special guest on the show today. Business owner, CJ Johns 360 Spins. How you doing?
Fine, and you?
I'm doing all right.
I've been counting up that money in a vision. It's getting close, yeah, I see it in a vision. Late night, staying up, open a vision. I can learn something, open up and listen. I've been counting up that money in a vision. It's getting close, yeah, I see it in a vision. Long night, staying up, open a vision. I can learn something, open up and listen. I can learn something, open up and listen. Matter of time before my nigga reaches listening. Just gotta stay loyal, humble, and independent. Stay suspended, down for the attendance. Guarantee you won't ever catch me stunning some less rented. I'ma stay down and come up till I get the keys to that Bentley. Must stay her little nigga, boy, I'm telling you I ain't friendly. Watching out for the snakes, man, cause I know it ain't tryna get me. Feel like I'm on top, I ain't never gonna stop. Pussy nigga know they hating on me, I already.
Yeah. So
Okay, where he from?
he's from Savannah, Georgia. He stay in Atlanta right now, though. He's a producer right now. He does beats for like a lot of artists in Atlanta and stuff right now.
Really?
Yeah, his name Clay Williams, so you can look him up. We like best friends. I talk to him almost every day.
Clay Williams.
Yeah, he on YouTube. He got a video to that song too.
He do?
Yeah, he got an actual video to the song because he got some low top Uggs on in the video. I was like, man, I ain't never think I'd buy some low top Uggs. I was gonna buy some. He made me want to buy some.
They look good on guys.
Yeah.
With a flannel. My homeboy used to wear Uggs and flannels all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And you can pair it up real good though. For real, it really looks good. They comfortable too. So.
Oh yeah. So first off, we'll start from the beginning. Just tell the people where you from, how old are you, and the name of your business.
Well, I'm Chanel. I go by CJ. Call me either one. I'm 30. I'm about to be 31 next week. My birthday's the 20th. So I'm about to be 31. My business is called the Selfie Factory. So it's a 360 spin station that I have. And on Instagram it's the Selfie Factory Company because that's the name, but it's the Selfie Factory Co. on Instagram. I think it's about 6 months old now. About 6 months old. I've been having it since December.
Okay. So you from Louisville, right?
Yes.
So tell the people how it was for you growing up when you was a kid, things like that, certain obstacles and things you had to overcome, just growing up as an average kid in Louisville, Kentucky.
Well, we all grew up together, me, my mama, my granddaddy, my cousin, and my two brothers. So we grew up regular. I would say we were spoiled. We got what we wanted, but we didn't grow up with a lot of discipline. So like I had to teach myself discipline. My mom was a mother, but she was our friend too. And you could walk a thin line with that. You could walk a thin line with being friends with your children, but she did good. She did really, really good at being a friend because I feel like even though you have a parent, you need a friend in your parent. So she did a really good job at balancing that out, especially for me because I'm the only girl. She was my go-to. And so we grew up pretty good. I grew up in Newburgh, moved out of Newburgh when I was like 19 and Have two brothers. We grew up all in our house together. It was really fun. I mean, I really didn't go through that much, just the regular stuff that you would go through when I got older, probably like 18, 19, I moved out and just been doing my own thing since then.
Okay. So did you have a two-parent household?
No, we didn't have a two-parent household, but we grew up with a father figure inside the home. Our granddaddy, he was like our dad. And my mom, been with her, she got with her man when I was like 6. So I would say yes, we had a two-parent home, but no, like not with my actual dad. So I guess I could say we kind of did, because we did grow up with him and her, and then we grew up with my granddaddy. So we always had a male figure around. And my stepdaddy, I'm 30, 31. They got together when I was 6. He been there ever since then. So that's daddy for real, pretty much.
So what type of activities you was into as a kid, like as far as like extracurricular, like sports or things like that?
I was a cheerleader. I always did cheer. I stopped cheering my senior year. They wouldn't let me cheer my senior year. I tried track, but TMI, when I would come on my period, I would quit, because to be running and I'm on my cycle. No. So every time I would just quit. So I never could. I could stick out cheerleading, but track, I just couldn't do it.
Oh.
So I wanted to play basketball, but I'm not a good basketball player.
Oh, yeah.
I was horrible at basketball. So.
I would think you would probably be good at track because you have the figure for it.
I really, really liked track. Like, I'm pretty sure that I would have been very good at it, but it just wasn't for me. And cheerleading is active, but for some reason, track was just too much. I said, no, I'm okay. They used to make us run laps. As soon as they said run laps, I said, I'm good. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, track practice was real depressing. I ran the 200, the 100, and the 4x1 when I was in high school, and all the fast sprinters, like they competed in state and stuff. Our coach used to give us like a sheet of paper, everything we had to do before we left, and just walked off. You look at that paper, be like 10 100s, 10 200s, 3600 warm up. I'm looking like, man, this piece of paper is real depressing right now, and it's hot out here. But yeah.
I'm good. I'll pass.
So as far as do you have anybody in your family that's involved in this type of business? Yeah,
that's involved in the 360 business.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, I was very surprised. I had started seeing my cousin posting somebody's 360. And I'm like, whose 360 is he posting? Because I'm his cousin and he doesn't even post mine. My auntie got one. This whole time, I didn't know that she had one. So she has a 360. I don't know how long she's been having hers, but she has the automatic. And I just posted a video of hers. I was on hers this weekend. She did his engagement party. So yeah, she has one, but I'm the only person outside of her that I know with one. All the other people that have them, I don't know them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know who they are. I just, see them in passing now.
So what led you to get in this type of business, and when did you like grow a passion for it?
So I remember I seen one. It was at Virtue. And I was wondering, I was like, what is this that they're doing or whatever? And it seemed super complicated. And I think it was one of like the first people. I seen one at Virtue, I want to say like 2 years ago. And then I seen one at Vibes when it was Vibes. And then I seen one at hold on. I seen one at, where was we at?
You said Young
I
Jeezy?
want to say hers was July 16th when I seen one. And so I was like, okay, this is neat. I was like, people like it. You know what I'm saying? People like make, of course, make.
Yeah.
Can you see me?
Yeah,
It
yeah,
disconnected.
yeah. It froze for a little bit.
What about now?
Yeah. You good now?
Okay. So I'll pick up where I left off. So I ended up seeing a few people have them basically, and I liked it. I thought it was interesting. I had been on it as a consumer. So I was like, I want to get me one. I was like, I think this will be fun. I already am, at events and stuff like that. And I was like, I'll go ahead and look into it. So I had looked into it like March of last year. But I was like, I don't know if it would be good. Now that I'm starting to learn more about it, I don't know if it would be a good investment because it's kind of an expensive investment. And then one day I just said, forget it. I'm going to just go ahead and try it out. And I ended up buying one. And I think when I started to actually do it and learn it is more so when I created a passion for it. Before, it was really something that I just wanted to try out. And then the more I did it, I was like, yeah, this is fun. This is dope. I like this.
Okay. So so since you've been doing this for about 6 months, from what you experienced so far, for anybody that want to get in this type of business, kind of list some pros and cons to having this type of business.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with the pros. Pros is, of course, if you get in the right crowd, you can make good money. That's one of the pros, and it allows you to meet a lot of different type of people. It's fun. It's a good party favor. The cons are now it's so oversaturated. Everybody has one. Everybody's getting one. So if you don't get in and lock in with people, it's going to be so hard because everybody has one. And I'm not trying to be like mean or nothing, but everybody's does the same thing. You have to figure out, like when I did my research, people used to get on me all the time. Why don't you get an automatic? Why don't you get an automatic? Why would I want something that everybody else has? Nobody has a manual spin. So nobody's video is going to look like mine, right? You're going to be able to tell my video apart because I offer a full length video. Everybody else offers a boomerang, right? So I will really do the research. Maybe instead of a 360, look into a regular photo booth. Not a lot of people have a regular photo booth. But it's so many people. You have to really I would try to build as much of a following or customer base as possible, because even when somebody makes a post and says I need a 360, you're going to find 20 different people that offer a 360. It's so many people that have one, and it's only going to get higher,
Oh yeah. So like where did you get your business name from?
I ended up getting my business name. Okay, so I just kind of posted in my notes a few different ones. It was going to be Love Your Selfie. I wonder if I could find it. Love Your Selfie. It was one. It was another one, but I was like the Selfie Factory. And I thought about the Selfie Factory because my ultimate goal was to have a selfie museum. That was going to be my ultimate goal, until I just seen everybody starting to do it. I'm trying to not fall in a field where everybody is doing the same thing, even though it's so much money out there. But when you're doing something like that, it's kind of hard to get a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, to come. Like, who just wakes up one day and says, I want to go to the selfie museum in Louisville? Not a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Now, it might be something touristy to do if you're like in Atlanta, in Chicago, or something like that. But I initially wanted that. I initially was going to I was going to get a building, I was going to do it, and it was going to be the Selfie Factory, because there was going to be multiple things that you can do, like a factory, you know what I'm saying? But I just haven't decided if I wanted to do that anymore once I researched and seen that there was like more people doing it.
Okay. So for people that don't know about your business and things like that, just tell people like the ins and outs, like as far as like how they can get in contact with you, book with you, when are you usually open, and what type of situations are you open to work in? I know you're not gonna work in any type of situation, you know what I'm saying?
Well, my Facebook name is CJ Johns. That's my personal page on Facebook, but you can still reach me there. I decided not to make a business Facebook for this. I just didn't want to. But my Instagram name is the Selfie Factory Co. And that's my business page. I wanted to create a business page specifically for that. If you go in my bio on either one of those, it has a link to my form. You only submit the form if you are wanting to book. If not, you can just go through there and read through the information. It has the dates, it has the packages, it has the terms and conditions. It has literally everything that you need. So you really don't even have to write me unless you need something outside of that, because what's going to happen is when you submit the form, it's going to send me an email, but that's to book. You only submit that form if you're deposit ready and you want to book. So it goes through, like, I offer a 1 hour, 2 hour, and a 3 hour package. Anything after that, you would just put that you want like a different package, and then we'll talk a price point, because the more hours you book, of course, is a discounted rate. Everything is included, like my decor. So say you're having a baby shower and your baby shower is pink and blue. I'm going to make sure that my tablecloth, your filter, all of that matches like your theme. So if you're having like a luau, I'll make sure that my table matches your theme. Everything is included: money guns, props. I have a bubble machine. I have all types of stuff, like fun stuff that sometimes people use it, sometimes they don't. But you basically just tell me how you want your party to be. I'll do all parties, kids parties, stripper parties, gender reveals, corporate events. I'm really trying to get corporate events. That's what I'm trying to network with some people who can connect me to like a school system where I can get locked in at like a prom or a basketball game. Yeah, stuff like that, or trying to get locked in with like a bank and they have like corporate events and stuff. But people's really hard at sharing that information for some reason. So,
and you might have to just walk into school. The principal be walking around the schools, just walk into school. Just talk to the counselor. The counselors be in the front office. You just walk into school, be like, hey, I want to schedule an appointment with usually the counselor or the assistant principal usually keep like the principal schedule, like they be knowing when the principal gonna be there or do one-on-ones and things like
Yeah.
that.
Or maybe whoever like their event coordinator is or something like that. I just need to get in contact with somebody like that and figure out what we can do. So yeah, but I'm
Or,
gonna do more research on it. So
or the athletic director, because usually after the athletic director, either be the football coach or somebody involved in sports that be coordinating the, because you know the football teams be with the pep rallies and stuff too.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so when you first dropped your business, like how did the city embrace you at first? Like when you first started, you know, popping up at events and things like that on a consistent basis.
Okay. So I'm very vocal about this. The support was not there like I thought it would be. And I know that I get people in a frenzy when I talk about this because I feel like everybody's always in my face. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's always here just trying to DM me, trying to talk to me, trying to do all of this. And it was just like my first few events, it was okay, but I felt like I had to kind of like ask twice. Like asking twice is too close to begging for me when I'm a person who supports all parties. I'm always at people's events. I'm always sharing people's stuff, even when I'm not attending or when it don't even apply to me. So like the support that I'm getting is not still to this day how it should be. Like I have somebody who speaks to me every single time that they see me, act like they're so cool with me, but they were doing an event and they had a 360 booth and they didn't reach out to book me. Now, I'm not saying that you have to book me, but I'm saying when you consider someone to be your friend or someone that you converse with, and you know that they offer a service, it's kind of like, you know, but it's okay. It could be better. So I just have to figure out what I need to do different to get more clientele or to reach a different type of clientele, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, like in any type of business, like when you first starting out, like it's kind of hard to get that traction and for especially when you invest in your own money, you ain't got nobody sponsoring you and nothing like that. So it's like you have to go through that little, I won't say rough patch, but just beginning stage, you know, where before you start like just booming.
You know, that I think that's really kind of what it is, like a rough patch. Like the funniest part about it is like the first month or two that I had it, I made my money back. Like, so I'm not out of any money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I made, so if it was to end today, I am comfortable with the investment that I made because I got my money back from it and I made more money from it. I made good money and I still do make good money with it. But what I don't like is when people are there, I guess a little, they think that the service is cheap. And I think because everybody is offering it at such a low price that it's hard for them to see the quality. That's not easy. Using gas to come to the event, unloading everything. I'm buying decorations for my table. You get what I'm saying? Like the money guns are like $20 to $25. I have like 6 of them. You know what I'm saying? And I continue to try to get more. If I'm having, like, somebody might be having a party for a birthday, and I did a girl's birthday and she requested like mask for hers. But guess what? She booked me at my 2-hour rate for $500. So she didn't complain about that. You know what I'm saying? She was a different type crowd though, you know what I mean? And so her money gun alone, I bought two of them. I bought two, they were like $50, you know what I'm saying? So imagine me doing $100 an hour. I just spent half of that on two props. So it's not a cheap service, and that bothers me that people think it's such a cheap service. But if you're booking for an hour and you come and see my rate, and my rate is 250, 275, 300, you're gonna look at me and be like, no, because I can go over here. But you don't understand the quality and the difference that I'm bringing with my video. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get a 6-second boomerang. You're gonna get a 20 to 30-second video. You know what I mean? Like, and it's gonna be dope when you get it. You know, music it is included, a filter is included. It's really a dope service for real.
So like I know, like, you know, the people, like whoever's hosting the event book you, right? So for the people that's actually coming to the event to do the selfie man, how much do they have to pay, like individually? Because I know you get your booking price just to show up or whatever, and then how much people, like if I was just to come up there and be like, hey, I want a selfie man, like how much is that?
So I gauge it by the crowd. I usually set my rate at 20. I usually set it at 20. I usually don't go any less than that. But like, let's say that I'm doing Women Crush Wednesday on Wednesdays with Jay Spence. I let all of like the workers, all of the strippers, they come and they do it for $15 because they're working. So I do it for $15, and then everybody else is 20. But I was just working, and this is only club settings because that's the only time that I charge per person outside of my booking fee is at like clubs and stuff like that. But I did I was at Legends with B Hen and Jerry maybe like a week or so ago, and I did cancers. They were half off the whole night, so they could spend for $10. So it just really depends. But usually don't go any lower than 20. Because I did my research, that's a fair rate. So and mine holds up, it looks small. Mine holds up to at least 4 people. So that's 5 per person. You know what I'm saying? If they want to come. So I just made it an even number for everybody. And somebody was like, you should charge more. And I was like, no, I think I feel comfortable with 20. I think 20 to 25 is a good rate.
Yeah, because another thing too, like, you know, like, well, people that's complaining about the price or whatever, like I look at stuff like that, and like even just going to take professional pictures and things like that, that's like a memory, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you really paying for that memory, you know what I'm saying? Be like, hey, you remember when we did this? Like, you know, like a reminisce smile type of moment whenever you with your homies and stuff. So, you know, I don't get why people complaining about it.
My thing is for like, if you, all right, so let's say that you have a party coming up. Like this girl was doing like a luxury themed birthday party where she wanted it to be like super upscale, this, that, and the other. But then like when I gave her my price, it was crickets, which that's fine. You are not obligated to book me. You're not obligated to respond to me. I respect that I'm not in some people's budget, which I'm actually not that expensive really, but I respect that I'm not in some people's budgets. But you gotta think, so if I come to your party, okay, and there is 50 to 100 people, they get to spend however many times they want. So I did a party, a biker club, and when I tell you, it was some people, they just kept coming back. Literally, like they would do one, and then they would bring 5 of their friends, and they would just keep on getting on. That's what you're paying for them to be able to spend unlimited. They use the money gun 1,000 times. They using all the props 1,000 times. So it really is the price for the service. You know what I mean? Like you're literally paying for, I probably did like 30 videos that night. You know what I mean? Just in the like hour or so that I was there, I did so many videos. That's what you're getting, unlimited. Like you really can't beat it. But if it's not in your budget, then it's just not in your budget.
So in situations like that, you getting that fee for them just putting you there. Have you ever thought about doing like a donation jar type situation, like a tip jar type situation?
Well, I'm really not a greedy person. So if you're paying me already, so let's say you book me for your birthday party, right? And you book me, let's just say you book me 2 hours, you pay me 500, whatever. I feel like you've paid me enough for the service. You've paid me for what I'm there to do. And I'm basically there now just to make sure that your people at your event have fun on my booth. You know what I mean? I'm not in it to get any extra money or anything like that. And I remember this girl told me she had I had did her party. Like I told you, she did the 2 hour 500 package. She wrote me and she was just like, you should put a tip jar out. She was like, I don't care if you do that. And I was like, well, I told her, I said, I think you paid me enough. At the end of the night, she still tipped me because she loved my service that much. You know what I mean? So that's okay if you want to do it. But when you paying me for that flat rate, I just wouldn't even feel right taking more money from you,
Okay. So when would you say you had the confidence in this business? Like when you first started out, like when did you gain confidence to where you know that you could like excel at it?
I want to say, I remember, I think it was, so I had did the first event that I did was my homeboy Jamie had booked me 1 hour, 300. When I tell you, he did not question me about my price. He booked me, bam. There was only probably like 15 people at his party. Okay. And I had some malfunctions because it was my first time using it in front of people. I had set it up at home before, right? So I did his event and then I did a Christmas party with B Hen and Jerry at Nirvana. I would say between the B Hen party and I think I had did Woman Crush Wednesday with Jay Spence. I think between those events is when I got the confidence, because probably Jay Spence, Women Crush Wednesday, because they came and they really, 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 really came and spun. I mean, they were spending the whole night. And that's when I got introduced to a lot of people. And I think that it was then. So probably like my third or fourth event that I did, I finally got that courage. I knew the ins and out of my machine with other people on it. And yeah, so I think it was about that one. Yeah, when I started doing it, we was at Deja Vu then with Jay Spence. Yeah.
So is it like any other services that you might offer that people might not know about? And also, do you have like a staff that's helping you, or is it just like a one-man show?
Well, with the booth, there's nothing really else that you can offer with it, because it's really self-explanatory. It's really just a 360. It just, goes around in a circle or whatever. Well, however I decide to move it is how it goes. But I do it by myself. I might have somebody come and help me, but I don't want to expand it and have other people working with me. That's never been my goal. I want to do it by myself. It's my business. The only thing that I probably would do is upgrade to a bigger platform, maybe, but I really don't even want a bigger platform because I've done my research. I don't really care for how big they can get, because just really doesn't fit more people if you really think about it. And it's just going to be me. I don't plan on having anybody else run it with me, but I don't mind if people want to come and help me when I set it up. So.
Is there other people that have 360 spans in the city that you collab with in the city or no?
No, I actually don't know any of them personally. I don't think that I know any of them that have one. No, and I no, I don't. Mm-mm.
Okay. So as far as your
But
business,
I wa- but I
you,
hold on, let me say I had thought about this like it would be good to collab with people though, just in case, like if they're not available one day, they could recommend me, or if I'm not available one day, I could recommend them. You know, a lot of people do it. I think like my homeboy does it with hookah. Like there's somebody who does hookah for a certain party, and if they're not available, they reach out to my homeboy, like, do you want to do this party? So that would always be a good thing, but no.
okay. Yeah, I can see how that could be a positive thing right there.
It definitely could if you look at it like everybody can eat instead of looking at people as competition.
All right.
Yeah.
So what is your short and long term goals as far as your business? Like what are you trying to accomplish?
My short-term goal right now is to find more I want to find more clubs that I could go to reach a different type of crowd. Like I've done like a Hispanic club before, but I want to try to get to like just other type of clubs instead of the urban clubs. I have my 1 day, my 2 days designated to the urban club. So I want to see like what other days that I could pop out with a different type of crowd and see how they will react to it. And then basically the long-term goal um, is to get is to get more clientele. That's what I really want to do. Just get more clientele in like corporate events and stuff like that. I want to be able to do, like I was telling you, the school system and all of that stuff.
Okay. So do you have any uh two things? So anything else that you want people to know about your business that you probably didn't say before, and also just give anybody any advice that's just now starting out in this type of business. There's some things that you probably uh messed up on in the beginning that you could give advice to other people that starting out.
So there's really nothing else that I didn't say, I don't think, besides I'm available for booking. If anybody needs, I do little kids' birthday parties and stuff like that. My arm extends down to where I can like, record like smaller people. I do promotional advice. So if somebody has a boutique and they want to, book me to like have them spin so you can get a 360 of the outfit, I do events like that too for promotions. And another thing I would say for anybody who wants to do this, I'm just gonna say do your research first. Before you go spend your $2,000, $3,000 on the machine, see where you can fit in. Okay. And I say that because it is a very nice party favor, but if people do not want to do it, they're not going to do it. Like I would recommend trying to get actual bookings than being vendors. You probably going to lose a little money. So just be prepared for that and give yourself time. Like I told myself, I said, I'm going to give myself 6 months. If it's not where I want in 6 months, I'm quitting. And somebody was like, no, you don't quit within the first 6 months. You know what I'm saying? You give it at least a year. It's going to be hard in the year. And sometimes you don't make your money back. Well, luckily for me, I've already made my money back. So that part doesn't apply to me. But just give it time, because it may not boom like you think, especially with so many people getting it. So many people was getting it. And just do your research. Make sure you get insurance on the product, of course, and the service. Make sure you get insurance, but make sure you get insurance on the product, especially if you get an automatic, because you want to make sure that if it has any malfunctions, that you can repair it and you're not stuck with $1,000, few $1,000 machine and you can't use it no more. But I don't have those problems because I have a manual spin. So
Okay. So any closing remarks, and let people know how they can get in contact with you and how to find you on social media, things like that.
well, yep. So just go on and follow the Selfie Factory Co. on Instagram. Like I said, I prefer no DMs, but I am very open to anybody writing me if y'all need to. I'm gonna respond, of course, but literally everything is in my form. Like anything that you would want to know is in my form. And I'm updating my page. I think I'm gonna update it to where I'm just gonna do like reels on it. And make it to where like, because I'm noticing when I go to upload a video, you can't see the filter all the way and it cuts like off the video, so it doesn't show like the quality of it. So I think I'm going to start doing reels. So a lot of my older videos are not going to be on there anymore. It's going to be more so new videos. So yeah, just do that. And I have a whole gallery on my Facebook page, CJ Johns, where you can see I'm talking about from my oldest videos to my latest videos. So that's where I keep it for if anybody loses their video and I don't have it in my phone, I'll have it on my drive, or I'll have it on Facebook in that album. And if you are going to do this, make sure you get you a drive. Make sure you get like a Google Drive or something to where you can go in and you can remove the videos from your phone and you can put them in that drive. So if somebody I had a girl come up and she said, I didn't get my video. And I was like, I definitely gave you your video, but here it is again, because I still had it. So, yep.
Oh yeah, that's crazy that you because I would think, after a certain while you would delete some of them,
Well, I move them over to my drive first, and then I delete them from my phone, but I usually wait to delete them out of my phone until I've uploaded them to Facebook and put them in my drive. Or some people, you could just go get you another business phone. I really don't think it's that serious to get another business phone. But do it however you want. I probably would just make it do what you got, because they have Google Drive for you to save the video. So
Okay.
easy peasy. Okay.
But yeah, I appreciate you coming on the podcast today. Anytime you want to come on, you can hit me up anytime. And this episode will drop next month. And pretty sure a lot of people out there interested in the selfie factory business, because it's a real popular trend right now across the country. Well, across the world, really. Everybody's using them. So
yes. Okay. So, well, I appreciate it. Hopefully, people follow me and look into it. Maybe I could reach some people who got a party or something going on and they want to book me. So thank you.
All right, no problem. This concludes today's episode. You have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right.